Hello everybody and welcome back to 539. So right now we're here in northeastern Indiana. We're actually, I'm gonna have to put the name of the cemetery up on the screen here. Unfortunately, I have like no signal out here in the country, and yeah, I can't see a sign offhand to read. So we're gonna check out this little cemetery and see what's here. There's a couple, well not a couple, I should say, a little structure in the back. It looks like another historic kind of work shed, or maybe a public, historic public toilet, possibly. And we're gonna check and see what that is. Looks kind of interesting. It looks pretty small, but kind of similar to one that we did recently at the Wright Cemetery, and so I thought it'd be interesting to kind of check this place out. It looked kind of historic just like that as well. So yeah. Again, if you're liking the cemetery explorations here on the 539 channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and of course if you enjoy the video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Always helps the algorithm to do so. So thank you all. Let's get out and check this place out. Okay, so we're kind of, I think we're walked the wrong way. I'm not sure if I can get in here or not. It looks like I kind of can. Yeah, this is a functioning gate, but we can see the Immaculate Conception Cemetery of Eggy, Indiana. And I've just realized I've accidentally stumbled upon a cemetery with my family in it. I didn't mean to actually come here today. I had it marked on the map. I wasn't really paying attention to where it was. But some of my family from the like late 1800s, early 1900s are like buried here. Let's see if we can just walk this way and walk back to our little shed here, our maintenance shack or historical outhouse or whatever it is, and just sort of see what it is. It looks like it has a pretty modern door. It doesn't have any signage, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's a maintenance shack. So we'll try to get a look in the window maybe, but I'm not gonna attempt to just like enter. Yeah, there is a sign. What's it say? No planting of live flowers or shrubs. I can't really tell if we can get a good view or not in there, but kind of. Yeah, it looks like just like storage, maintenance, flags, maybe a few things that are being worked on. I can't tell 100%. So this is looking interesting over here. I'll check that out first. It's really kind of weird. This patch of woods over here almost looks like another cemetery. I don't think it actually is. This may just be some Catholic style decorations here. It is a specifically Catholic cemetery. I don't see any real names here on anything. It does look like it could have been used in that way. It looks like they utilized one of the bases that is typically used for headstones and things. So yeah, kind of a historic little, not historic, but just a trash pit down there. And oh wow, I didn't notice there actually is a real rosary here. I thought it was just a part of the sculpture or whatever. I don't know if this is actually a sculpture or a poured molded piece. It probably is just molded, but it's kind of interesting. It's a beautiful piece. But yeah, I didn't really expect a real rosary to be hung. I wonder if that's been done by somebody that's visited, or if that was put there on purpose when this was first installed. So yeah, it looks like it is just some Catholic artwork. We'll kind of walk around this edge here and take a look. And there's another piece there in the middle. which is not too unusual, especially for Catholic cemeteries, to have a depiction of the crucifixion scene and at least a statue of like Mary or something like that. And again, some really interesting, incredible artwork here. Another rosary has been placed here as well. So, wonder if the local Catholic church maybe put it here. So that is, I believe, just right down the road, the Immaculate Conception Church. And yeah, maybe it was official. It's kind of an interesting looking installation here with quite a scenic background. Alright, let's head up one of these aisles and we'll take a look at the center installation here, the crucifixion scene, and also take a look at some of these graves that are pretty historic. See a veteran here in 1938 to 1992, Richard J. Philby and Janet, or Jane, it looks like it's just inscribed, it has not passed. I'm hoping to get into, some of these are starting to get a little bit more, yeah, okay. So we have Frank Bryef, 1871 to 1940 here. Oh, probably Breyer. I think this is the same. It looks like it might have been a kind of a mistake. You see I wonder if it's just a really similar, that's a weird coincidence, but it could just be a really similar name. Because that's the Breyer grave right there. You see Francis, 1841 to 1926, and Horton's 1849 to 1927. And then Frank here. So I think it's just a very similar name. That's interesting. That kind of confused me for a second. And I am kind of keeping an eye out for my family's names. I don't really know where it is here. Here's a Lynch. And incredibly hard. I don't have my flashlight with me today, unfortunately. I meant to take it with me. And I actually had a new method I was going to test out that I don't think's been done before. And we'll have to try that on the next one as well. Something here has been clearly buried. You can see the cross here if you look closely, but the rest is completely invisible. No way to tell any names. It's gonna be interesting if I can actually find this by accident. I kind of doubt it. I may have to come back and do this on a second episode or something. Let me see, Flannery here, Peter 1811 to 1893, and Elizabeth 1832 to 1903, and several stones here that have been placed up against it. It's hard to tell without moving them what they are. As you can see, both of them are facing inward, unfortunately. It almost looks like they're blank, like they have them, I can't tell. It kind of looks blank. It might be for like a future project of some sort. And since unfortunately I'm not getting any signal on my phone, I can't actually look up where my historic family is buried. So that's unfortunate. We are coming up on the sign here where I could have entered. Let's see what we have here. I'm not really expecting to accidentally find it, but you never know. What is this? Martin F. Kostielny, 1889 to 1955. Then next we have, next to him, we have Anna A. Bianski, wife of Martin, 1893 to 1921. And we have something that looks kind of, it's not really damaged, but you can tell that the base is in desperate need of repair and leveling. We have Frank and Mary Stefanski, Frank 1846 to 1936 and Mary 1861 to 1900. So right there in that Civil War era, they've been, again, very historic times. I suppose in a lot of ways it always is, but definitely a poignant moment in American history. So here we are at the sign. It's the Immaculate Conception Cemetery, Eggy, meaning Eggy, Indiana. And in memory of Frank and Neoma Mullergick. And our entryway here, I would assume this is a historic entryway with a brand new modern style gate. You can kind of see that they were digging this up here to install it. You can kind of see the line. It does look like they were fairly careful around this here. That probably was getting kind of buried to begin with. See here the historic Kennedy family grave, William 1839 to 1909, Ellen 1843 to 1921, and then Margaret 1882 to 1906. And you can see the individual mother, father, Margaret, and then another Margaret O'Neill right here in the same style, 1905 to 1911. I wonder if maybe it'd be interesting, but I mean, not unheard of. Obviously, men do it all the time, so I don't understand why Margaret couldn't name her daughter Margaret. So maybe that's Margaret's daughter Margaret. I'm not really sure. Almost looks like there's a divot here. Can't tell. There's something there. I don't know. It's right in front of this here. I see Malia Bry. It's like 1870 to 1893. It might just be a sunken in area. Not positive on that. Still no sign of what I'm looking for here. But we're gonna keep going, and really an interesting place to explore anyway. What's that? Patrick Maloney, 1874 to 1902. Another one that's really good engraving, but because of the color of the stone, it doesn't leave much contrast, and so it makes it incredibly hard to read some of them. This is a lot easier. Here you can see John Maloney, 1848 to 1916, and Mariah Hall, 1847 to 1921. Oh, that is incredibly clear there. Antonia Conjar, born May 15th, 1837, died January 12th, 1910. And then on the other side we have George Conjar, March 25th, 1835 to October 21st, 1902. Alright, well, I think I'm going to head and check out some of the corners now. I'm going to keep an eye out for these names and try not to miss them. Again, it probably will end up being a multi-part series, I'm sure. This place is kind of big, and now that we do more of a deep dive style into these places, we may end up having 1 or 2 parts here. I don't imagine it going any further than that, but a really interesting place. And again, a place that has a direct connection to my family. And yeah, so historical significance to me personally. It looks like most of this over here is newer. I can't confirm. There are a lot of American flags, and it looks like some veteran style graves, so we'll look at that here in a second. This is kind of interesting. There's been all kinds of little things left here. Stones, some sort of black glass structure that got broken, and another stone here at the feet of the statue. I'm not sure. I think it's just an angel. I don't think it's supposed to be Mary or anything like that. But several different rosaries here. Very interesting. I don't, again, maybe if you're Catholic and you know the secret, you can let us in on it. If there's a significance to putting the rosary on the actual statues. Again, like I said, it doesn't appear to be. I could see if it's maybe a statue of Christ or Mary or something like that, that there could be some reasoning. But yeah, I don't know, on just sort of a generic angel statue. It doesn't even seem to be really named. You know, obviously there's many famous angels that go by name, and so yeah, I don't know. So yeah, this is mostly new here. We will go and check out the artwork. I'm gonna try and be respectful of some of the newer graves here and the people that are currently mourning. However, I think it's definitely appropriate to check out this artwork and just look at some of the ooh, look at this. I might be able to, wow, that is a bright glare, but I might be able to find my family's names here. If I can bear to look at the sign. Oh wow, that is bad. That hurts. Okay, it's a little bit better with my sunglasses, but not much. So this is behind us here, and it looks like this is in front of us, being that the road goes and curves to the left there. So this may still be somewhat hard. And you can see up here even some unknowns. This is 16 C and D, just deceased. There's a lot of names here. I've still not seen it. Some of these are marked as not available. Interesting. Okay. Quite a few little art installations here, little random statues and seating areas like this. I don't know exactly the purpose of this other than to maybe just come and visit and be here with the family. You can see those donated here in memory of Jane, Tierney, Richard, Tom, Mike, Teresa, and Kathy. So it must have been all one big family. Thank you again for watching here on 539. I think this is probably going to be in the first part. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Again, if you share it across your favorite social media network, you know, it really does help the algorithm and helps the 539 channel to find new viewers and new fans, new people that are into the cemetery exploration. And so thank you all very much for your continued support. Again, I'm apologizing at the break in episodes that we had recently, just a slight mistake, but we'll be back in full force here from here on out, and I will see all of you in our next adventure.